I wish that cooked worked better because everybody prefers cooked vegetables. So I'm not just mean, like, no, eat them raw and you don't enjoy your cooked vegetables. Again, healthy person, have a nice combination of raw and cooked, but in terms of results and disease reversal, it's been the raw that's worked. And so for me, what's most important is what works. I need people to get well as quickly as possible.
Please comment or elaborate on oxalates in vegetables. How much of these vegetables are safe to consume? Can they be eaten raw? And what are the benefits to these foods if they're eaten raw versus not eaten raw?
All right, there's so many layers to it. So number one, oxalates has become a buzzword lately, but it's just, I really think it's dramatically overstated. Yes, there are oxalates in these vegetables. Now, do they cause a problem for people? Usually no. I mean, think about it this way. With the thousands of people who've done my program all over the world, if the oxalates were a problem, there would be just a kidney stone palooza. Right? Like it would just be like, yeah, said goodbye to lupus, but now I've got kidney stones. No, and it just hasn't happened. I think over the years, I can think of maybe like 3 people that have had issues with kidney stones, but they already had issues with kidney stones. It wasn't like I nourished myself and I got them. They had a predisposing condition. So in general, yes, it will raise how much oxalates you have, and no, it will not be harmful for you. Now, there are some people that should eat low oxalate foods, people with kidney failure, but those are also low potassium foods, so that ends up working out anyway. People who've had gastric bypass have higher risk of stones. So, that's out there. The one study I remember reading about somebody who got stones and they were blaming a raw diet, and it was someone with gastric bypass who went on a juice cleanse and whatever, and they had stones. But it's not like the vegetables. They bypass the normal absorption system of their body. There's side effects to that. But generally speaking, the biggest causes of kidney stones are high meat diets, alcohol, and dehydration. So most folks who switch to my program, it relieves them. In fact, my husband had kidney stones before he met me, and he was a bodybuilder. And he was just eating huge amounts of meat all the time, and he had kidney stones. Ever since he's been hypernourishing, he can drink 2 blenders a day, my husband, and so pounds of greens, he has never had a kidney stone ever. So even though he was predisposed to them, it was his previous diet that was causing it, but eating all the fresh raw vegetables and everything stopped it completely. I've never known him to have a stone. So, it's just one of those things where it's overstated and it's just not a real issue. And I'm sure there's industries who really want people to be afraid of vegetables. But if there was a problem, it would be raining stones. So that's not really the issue. In terms of the raw versus cooked, again, those are results-based. So I wish that cooked worked better because everybody prefers cooked vegetables. So I'm not just mean, like, no, eat them raw and you don't enjoy your cooked vegetables. Again, healthy person, have a nice combination of raw and cooked, but in terms of results and disease reversal, it's been the raw that's worked. And so for me, what's most important is what works. I need people to get well as quickly as possible. And again, as someone who was sick for so much of my life, as quickly as possible matters. I'm always in a rush for each person to get well. And so again, this is the most efficient and the fastest way to do it. If you don't want to rush into that, that's up to you. You want to work your way up, you want to try different things, do it. And for some people, they don't have to be adherent to the most strict version of doing this to get results. The strict version is just, here's what's going to work. This works, right? If you are a step down from it, maybe. So maybe's okay if you're working at home and you have time and you're not in organ failure. But if you're coming to see me and you're going to do rapid recovery for 6 weeks, that means I've got 42 days to change your health. I'm not going to go the slow route. We're going to go hardcore to try to get you as healthy as possible. And we're working on your nutrition. We're working on your mental health, your stress, your self-care, your sleep. We're doing everything we can to get people's entire lifestyle to be anti-inflammatory so that they can get results as quickly as possible.